Hello, everybody. That's already. Is this ready? Yeah. There it is. So today we are carrying on with some more tower defense. Yesterday we worked more on the pooling system. Today we're going to work on more of that pooling system and hopefully get the last piece of the puzzle done. So we're able to now leave the pre-pooling system spawns all the enemies we need. So enemy base, that, and enemy type B, so that gets preloaded. Now we need to actually tell the game to spawn them, so we'll work on that today. So this is where we configure the wave. So we configure the wave, mostly for testing, spawn enemy. So that's actually now where, who calls this? Find references by name. You do that. That's not really what I'm expecting to find, Unreal. Ah, okay. I'm glad I searched for that because I forgot about that. So actually, this can be set on begin play. So we've essentially got two begin plays. This is the one that gets called. Let's just actually put a thing on that around this. This begin play. This it's called after all the CPP init code has run. And this will be the aforementioned begin play. BP begin play. Funny enough, the execution order of these two things happens very differently from what I expected. I actually thought base class was called first. That's more the lime green. Let's go with the more the bluey green. There we go. And then this one will also go with the green because it's begin-ish. Yeah, it's good. Then we do this, but now we want to actually do the spawn enemies. So spawn enemies is this. I'm wondering if we even do any of this. Get actor of class. This we can keep. Let's move this into a function because there's going to actually have to be a different version of this at some point. So collapse that into a function, and we'll call that function handle path visualizer. Right. Now this is where we're actually going to do the spawning. So we've got this request enemy, which we can do. We've got this whole loop thing that we do here. We've got like a spawn queue and all that. That we're going to get rid of. Actually, that... I'm wondering if enemy base... So we can keep the state change. This, I feel like we don't actually need to do anymore. And we might need to set its location along the spline. So let's leave that there. And we'll put this to the side now as well. Let's figure out what this needs to do. So it will need to... So this will loop through... It's going to loop through. It's going to loop through, making animation in Unreal Engine. So no, this is a spawn manager for my class. So this is handles actually the spawning of the enemies, because I set up a object pooling system that will create all the enemies in C++. So we request all the enemies, but actually technically what we do is we pre-spawn a bunch of enemies. Oh, hi. Hello, Temtech. So, how dare you, Temtech? Thank you for the heart. We pre-spawn enemies from the C++ file, or the blueprint file, over here. And that basically sets up everything that we want for the start of the wave. Now that so when we play, they actually sit on the right here. So you can see for my first wave, that's the list of all the enemies that I have pre-allocated. Now, when we actually spawn, we need to, move them along. So that's what we're doing today. How are you today, Temtech? Are you well? One people can make a game like Little Nightmares. Yeah, definitely. It'll take time, but one person can definitely make a game. Let's have a look. It's all about how much time you want to spend on it. Have you finished your game jam, Timtic? So we're going to loop through. So actually, we're going to get a wave. Still jamming. Nice. So you're going to stream more today? It's nice that I finally got to raid you after all these times because you decided to stream on a Saturday. So we get the wave, perhaps. Ooh, exciting. Wait, so no, we get the wave, then what do we do after we get the wave? Then we loop, then we sort of have to have a whole thing that loops through and handles the wave. Then after that, we're going to call a function, which is basically going to, so we're going to have to keep track of what wave we're on. Then we're going to, after spawn, we need to notify that wave is completed. Now, if I remember correctly, in the game instance code, I actually had, not that one, game instance, I had some code that, did I keep track of? See, I thought I had some code that basically notified the wave was complete. On wave complete. Hey, it's me from yesterday. Hello, Ethan. Welcome back. How are you doing today? Split faction game possible, one person, and what game type not possible? I mean, any game type is possible. It's just how much time you have to put in and how much time you're willing to do it. So, for example, I'm building a tower defense game. I've been building it on my own, but I've been doing it for more than a year and a half now. I'm probably going to need double that amount of time before it's finished. But if you want to do a split faction game, sort of be prepared that that's possibly going to take maybe more than 2 years, if not more. I get an email from work on a Sunday, I always worry. Wave complete. I'm sure I had a delegate at one point. Spawn manager, P spawn manager. I've officially added hunger system to RoboWave. Nice. Good job. You said you work with Game Maker Studio, right? Create and spawn. We've got a wave delay. We've got spawn. This actually spawns the wave, and there's a delay between them. Let me see. What if we did this, where is my code for this? We could do a system where what we do is we've got a bunch of groups and we've got a wave. So we have basically, I use Game Maker Studio or Game Maker GMS for short. I've seen quite a few people using it, but I've never actually taken the time to use it. I must say I do enjoy my Unreal Engine. Also lines up with some of the stuff that lines up with what I do at work, so that's, you know, super helpful for me. I feel like every time I work on Unreal and I learn new stuff, it helps both ways. Because sometimes I learn stuff at work and I'm like, oh, that's super helpful to know. So we've got a wave, we've got a spawn group. So we're going to have a function, I think, that handles spawn group, and then maybe it has a notifier that the spawn group has been completed or something. We've like finished with that spawn group, or we finished spawning that spawn group. I think that's the correct way of saying it. Then after that, we basically say that we've finished a wave. So we'll have a function that spawns a wave and a function that spawns as a group. So let's start with that. Let's say spawn group. So let's add a custom event. Custom event. Spawn wave group. You see, it's weird because it's called a spawn group, but it's weird to say spawn group. Spawn the spawn group. We could do handle spawning of group. Or handle spawn group. There we go. So that will then take a spawn group as a... I'm just wondering, do we want this at a higher level or a lower level? I think this level will be fine. So if we go back to the code and we go back to the enemy manager, we have this struct which represents this. So that we've got that, which is the actual spawn group. So here, f enemy spawn group. So then this class will take in an input here, which will be, oh, oops. Hello, Boom. How are you doing? How was your game jam going with Marius? Was it F spawn group? F spawn. Entity spawn group. I made bugs. That's exciting. I saw some of it last night, but I couldn't watch much of your stream because it was almost 1 o'clock in the morning and it was time for me to go to sleep. They are animated with shaders. That was fast. I realized weekly updates don't work and affect the game because I handle everything, including the OST. But Toby Fox doesn't help me with songs such as the main theme and Boombot boss theme. Okay. Yeah, I did mention yesterday that I think the weekly updates won't work. What are you going to work on today, Boom? Is everything for the game jam now done? I think Marius mentioned that it's just about all done. I actually have it. I cloned it this morning. Where is it? Where is it? I have to put the bugs in the project. Right, okay. So... Wait, I'm sure I cloned this morning. Where did it go? Let me open GitHub. Oh, there we go. UE5. I'm not sure I want to open that in Visual Studio, but I've cloned it. I'm going to give it a try a bit later. There's a Blender folder. Look, there's a carrot. There's another carrot. There's a carrot. There's a carrot. And find a death decal, VFX, blood spilling or something. It's so brutal. I've seen what the carrot looks like, and the carrot looks cute. Now you're gonna make it blood everywhere. The evil carrot. Actually, we can call that enemy spawn. Enemy spawn group. And then we can take that, and then we can go actually just call break. Can you not break it on here? It's not possible to do that. Split. There we go. Sometimes Unreal does things and I'm like, thank you for doing it the nice way. So then I've improved the mining system, but I might not fix it until it's polish time. Fair enough. How's the optimization on your game going? Was it not need to do much of that? So this node we'll ignore, this we'll need, so because we'll have to handle this differently. So kind of like we did yesterday. So there's that. Enemy spawn group amount. Enemy spawn group interval. And then pre-spawn, enemy spawn pre-group, what? Enemy spawn group pre-group delay. I'm so glad I didn't make things like too wordy or anything. And that would be horrible if, you know, I just added too much words to the words. So, why can't I drag? I try to do blender drag. What have you done to me? I tried to blender drag inside Unreal Engine. And then I was confused why it didn't work. Let's see, so... Wait, I did this yesterday. Let's just yoink that code. This. I want that, and I want that. We'll put that there. Move this down. That, and then that. So spawn group means we spawn each item array, then move on to the next. So spawn group interval, and then pre-group delay. So I'll do that one later, but what we'll do is I can't remember how this works. On Switch it's 60 FPS, on PS5 it's 60 or 80 and 120. It depends on your FPS settings. Then Xbox it's 60, 80, 120. PC 60, 20 and 246. Mobile is 60 and 120. It's really well optimized. I guess what we do is we go get. I mean, we would probably do a for each actually. For each. Now, do I want a for each with a loop? Probably, right? I'll use my custom made code for each with the delay. Yes. We spawn each item array, then move on to the next. So that means that we do this. I actually think I'm at the wrong level. We'll see. So that will mean probably because the game is 2D. Ah, fair enough. I suppose that is one of the good advantages of doing a 2D game. It's just a layer of, what do you call them? Basically sprites on top of one another. So let's go break, because I want to see something. So break, what does this do? Wait, what is this? It's an enum type. So this is the actual part that we spawn. So we go spawn, is it request? Request enemy, that's what we want. So request enemy of that type. Okay, so this actually helps. So this means that we spawn the spawn in groups means that we spawn each array item for each of these, then move on to the next one. So then this delay is that over there. So that's that delay. So that should handle that situation. Then I suppose that's actually the, is that the default case? And what is the other case? Because I can never remember this. It means we spawn each item X number of times before moving on to the next one. So this needs to actually loop as well. Group spawn amount. So then we want a for each loop where we spawn. No, we want an array just a standard for loop, not even a for each. For loop. That, where the index is that will go there. That will go there, I think. Is that going to be correct? So we loop through and we spawn that entire stack of enemies that many times. That's what this does. I think is correct. And this should work because there's a delay here, so that will pause this every time you request it. So actually this is this handles the entire wave. This doesn't even handle a spawn group. I might be doing this wrong, but it's fine. So that does that. I'm just going to spawn the first one and then see if this even runs. So we do that, and then for the second one, we just add a delay. And the delay will be equal to that, and that's going to be before we do anything. So there. Enemy spawn group pre-delay. Spawn. So this is the delay before we actually start spawning. So this function can just be called, setup called, and then it will run when it needs to run. This is the first type, which is each array item, then move on to the next. Wait, I think I've done that wrong. Each array item. Yeah. Okay. Then this one is going to be this. And actually, you can just do this, can't we? Take that, 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 and that. Put that there. Take that, move it out. Move this up here. That's going to be there. Then one of these needs to be made into a delay. So that move. This is the most optimized game I've made. I also made a different game 3 years ago. You'll find out I have a heck of a ton of games. I only finished 20, which is like 99% of my projects. That's pretty good going. How long does it take you to make each one of the games? This project is so big now that, which is why it's also taking so long. Like, it's absolutely massive at this point. So we want that over here. That array will be this one. And I'll sort out the nodes when I'm done. Then this will be the actual spawn, which will be this type. Oh, no, wait, I've done this wrong. No, that is correct. That goes there. This can be deleted. This can be deleted. And then that. Then this will be that. I think this is actually wrong, because this will execute all of these. Now, I actually don't know how that works. Okay, let's tidy this up because I can't actually see what's going on. So there's my final thing over there. There's this, which should be the condition. That goes in there. Let's move you out like that. move you up. So if we move you back there, we can do this, that. Then you need to actually split out. So we'll put you to there. That'll make you there, which is nice and neat. That'll put you there. And then you can just attach to that for now. Probably a year to make a RoboWave because I use GML drag and drop, which is a visual code, kind of like blueprints. I like using an Unreal Engine. Nice, okay, that's good to know. I'm a fan of the visual scripting in Unreal Engine. Like, I do like doing these blueprint codes. I can do it in C++ as well, but I find just for giving, you know, I just want to prototype this, see is this going to work? And once I've got all that working, I can then go back and decide, okay, this actually, I need to use a different approach now. Also, I really enjoy making the blueprint nodes nice and neat, which is probably a problem. There you go. Doesn't that look better? I kind of wish you got, they made it like, what do you call those things? Circuits, where if the node goes over, like the line actually physically does that indication that it's like bridging over. Do we need that? No, there are a lot of more important things that an Unreal Engine should be working on. But I'd like that. I know there's a node-based one that makes them all like 45s and gives you, each one gives a maximum of 45-degree angle, like circuits do. This needs to come down a bit there. That looks better. So in theory, this should work. Do I think it's going to work? No, not a chance. Now the other issue is that this, I mean, actually this code can just be merged into one, which we can actually just do. Let's delete that. Ah, we can't. Right. So you can't have two nodes feed the same thing. But what we can do is merge these afterwards. RoboWave has stuff I need to work on, like voice chat, but it's multiplayer. But my code is kind of spaghetti code. Half of my code is absolute spaghetti. How are you handling the voice chat? Because one of the reasons I've avoided, or I generally avoid multiplayer games, is a whole ecosystem of additional aspects you have to put into place. So, for example, if you allow voice chat, you have to have some form of moderation in some countries, because otherwise people could literally say anything they want on there, and you need to be able to punish. Like, I wonder at what point you actually have to take action, or what the requirements for handling voice are. So I know that text chat, for example, depending on what platform you use, has auto moderation for it. Voice chat is easy, because I'm sure there's some form of moderation that needs to happen. Okay, so that's done. Now we need to actually handle this. So let's do the get a wave. So handle wave. So let's go custom event, handle wave. I keep forgetting that I can actually have spaces in my code. So here's handle waves. This basically does this, where it connects to this, but we're not going to do it in that way. So handle wave is an add-on for it, like VoIP. Okay, but what do you do for moderation though? That was what I was trying to find out. Because let's say, for example, are you releasing it on Steam? Let's look at PlayStation example. So you are releasing on Steam? Okay. Okay, so the Steam policy and developer responsibility says that you are responsible for moderating voice chat on your game. So you would need to, because that's, you have to apply, because there's certain laws that are applicable to it to ensure player safety. So you can't just have voice chat without a moderation system. Hello, Marius, how are you doing? Have you enjoyed? You're good, glad to hear it. Have you enjoyed being back in the Unreal Engine monster? Having a lot of fun? Good, 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 good. I am so glad. Did you test the game? No, I've downloaded it. I haven't opened it. Do you want me to give it a test? Do you want me to test it? Yes. Fine. Oh, what version of Unreal is this? Oh, edit a notepad. That's what I want. 5.4. I have no idea what version I'm on. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? I mean, I could just open my project folder. I think I have 5.4. Let's just assume I have 5.4. Otherwise, I'll just change the version myself. As the setting allows you to censor bad words on text and voice chat. Oh, okay, cool. That sounds pretty cool. Good then. Wait, did you want me to test it now, Marius? Is that what you're saying? Like right now? Let me open it because it's gonna have to compile shaders. Select an engine version. Okay, it's gonna have to be 5.5. I should have checked the size before because I wanted to see how much stuff Unreal's gonna add. So it says it's loading. It's at 86%. Wait, it's done? That was fast. Let's give this a go. Play. Ah, yeah. Yeah. I am speed. Oh, this looks so cool. Are there any abilities? Wait, why did that guy not die? Oh, he did die. Oh, strafe, 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 strafe. Push back, push back. You'll never get me. You'll never get me. Spam to win, spam to win. Sprint to shift. Can I sprint backwards? Can I? There's so many. There's so many. I believe Boom was working on insects. What was the shadow light part that was part of the game jam? Oh no. Oh no, no, no. Oh wait, I know how your spawning system works, so I can just yoink to the side and then force them all to come from in front of me. If we go down this way. Oh. How big is this map? They're spawning outside of the map. What the heck? I guess that makes sense. Enemy pool size is 103. Ah, yeah, you implemented object pooling. Nice. That's so cool to see. Actually, I need to go away. Well, this is it so far. I like it. When's it releasing on Steam? Are you going to release it tomorrow? Did Boom give you the assets? I heard Boom was in here earlier. I saw Boom stream last night when Boom was making insects. I'm editing the... Oh, run, 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 run! Because it looks bad. Oh, no. Yoink. Yoink! There are so many enemies! What happens if I run out of enemies, Marius? Does it just, I guess, when there's 103 enemies on screen, that's a lot. What does the death look like? Wait, didn't you tell me the death was... Ah, there's no death. I'm invincible! Spin to win. Spin to win. Well, that did not work. Spin to win does not work. I'm deploying Boom Cat strategy. Why does this look so good? For a game jam, looks better than the roguelikes I made. This is the work of Marius and Boom. They're professionals, that's why it looks so good. Marius is a professional game dev that just hides in the shadows. I'm gonna rebind left mouse click to scroll wheel. Right click to block. Oh, what? Look at that. You'll never get me. Look at the size of the block shield. Hold him. Hold him. I could just stop them. Ha. Ha. This is a real strategy. Spin to win! Until your stamina runs out. It's fine, I have unlimited health at the moment, so it doesn't matter. Oh, stamina's going down. Stamina's just capped. 60, 50, 50, 40. Bam! How dare? How dare? Look at that. I've got 0 health, but it's fine. There's no death in this game. You like so far? I do. It's good. It's good. 1/3 of the game mechanics is it's currently. Where is... There's your blueprints, there's your combat, there's your enemies. Just steal that. Oh, that's cool. I like what you've done with it. I like that took like 3 seconds to open as well. How big is your entire project? Let's have a look. It's 41 megabytes. The whole project is 41 megabytes. How do you permanently show debug text on the left of the screen? So what you can do, if you use the key value, you can then have, as you print out debug text, it will just update that same one. So if you take the print string, yeah, there's a key value at the bottom here. So when you give that, what happens is Unreal just goes through and updates the specific debug string with that. And the bug model is 350 kilobytes. What? It's so small. Actually, I want to see something. Where did that go? BRB making dinner. Okay, I'm just going to package your game for you quickly, Marius. I want to see what the final result is. I want to see how long it takes, because mine took about 45 minutes the last time I tried this. Let's watch the entire CPU die. I guess there's not much to cook, so it shouldn't take very long. Actually, it's finished cooking. It's done. The entire top project took like not even 30 seconds to package. Build, Windows, properties. Huh? That's not right. Oh. Why saved? Where does it save it to? Oh, nope. You have no idea where that saved it to. It did save it there. Oh, it's under Windows, that's why. So the entire project, packaged, is 900 megabytes. I guess that includes all engine code as well. I wonder, actually, how many maps do you have? I'm sure there's a way of reducing it, because I've released games, entire Unreal Engine games, that were like 350 megabytes. So there's probably a way of optimizing it. What might be actually an option is we do this. Shipping. Package project. Select. Build success. And how big is it now? It should be smaller because it should have none of the. How did it gain size? I stripped all the debugging stuff and it got bigger. Unreal. Let's have a discussion about this. So it's that, and then the engine code. There's too much in this engine code. Lol. You got half a gig just on the Unreal Engine stuff here. Actually, can't you just ship this? Don't you just need the 64-bit thing? Does that work? No, it doesn't. Never mind. Ignore me, I don't know what I'm talking about. Rub jam. We need some anti-aliasing. I need to actually... Wait. Disable the console. There's no enabling 4K. Sad face. This is running at what? 720p? No. Whoops. Anyway, that looks pretty cool. Back to the work. So I've got a function here that basically sets up pre-set up the enemy pools. Is this about the game I made 3 years ago? A platformer fighter called Indie Brawl. It's if Smash had indie game characters. Oh, nice. So I think yesterday you mentioned if your game does well, you might look at bringing that back up. I think that's the one you mentioned yesterday.
Summer.
Hello. Thank you, Alice. Probably next year for 2 tiers because I finished 2 characters. Nice. Sounds like a good idea. Okay, who calls this? Where is it? Find by name. Yeah, so this is kind of what we need to do. So we get if I'm understanding this correctly, and I might be, I also might very much not be. This is the first wave. So this is actually the wave index. So selected level data is it. So this is the collection of waves. Enemy break. So that's that. So this is the part where we actually loop through waves. So handle a wave would take this, get the current wave index. So let's go like that and say wave index set that to an integer. And then what we can do is maybe part of the build pool is we set up all of this. I mean, it doesn't really matter. So wave 0, max wave, because I want to keep track of that. Max wave is going to be also an integer. And what we can do is we'll just yoink, because this, we know this code always runs. I'll just like build pool. And time for RoboWave's 1 year anniversary. That's pretty cool. So you've actually got like quite a lot of work with RoboWaves and this other game to do, but like the next couple of years actually. Is there another type of game after those two that you're wanting to make? So we do that. Then from here, I mean, actually what we can do is just set up a function here, which says... What country are you in, Ethan? If you don't mind me asking. You don't have to answer that. I'm just curious to see where people are actually from. Wave data, that's the key for you. We build that. We build the pool. Pre-spawning complete. I might, but I might spend 4 years making it because it might be the biggest project I made. I get that. This is going to be the biggest project that I've worked on. I spent hundreds of hours on this project already. But after this, the game will actually be in a replayable state. Like this is the replayable state with object booting. So finishing this will be quite exciting. I think once I've done this piece, I'll actually merge the branch back in that I have for this. I'm working on a separate branch, which will be good because it means that I've actually finished the whole piece. Storm! Hello, Storm! How are you doing today? I noticed, Storm, that yesterday you were on the vertical stream, but today you're on the horizontal stream. Because I run both in parallel, I suppose, for lack of a better term. So I want to take this. Okay, let's just say custom set configure defaults. That will be there. That we take that. And then what we're going to do is go like that. Cool. I don't know how I get to each video. I just click the one on my recommendations. Fair enough. Well, thank you, Storm. You would think on PC it would always give me this one. Yes, you would think that, wouldn't you? The problem I think with it is that YouTube, as much as it's able to distinguish between the two, and it will show the vertical one in short speed. Actually, I suppose it does have a way of doing it because it shows the vertical one in short speed. So that's why the vertical streams land up being much more discoverable than the normal ones. My third game will take years because it's complicated, because it's a asymmetrical horror game on steroids. Yeah, fair. There's nothing wrong with taking a long time to make a game. Like, if that's what you want to do it. We get length. Is that a thing? What is a thing? So we set the max number of waves set equal to that. Now, is that Okay, I just need to make sure that I remember that I need to actually increment everything by 1 when displaying it. Your vertical stream is actually the top recommended right now on the right. So it recommends both. Oh, nice. So it's like, yeah, you're watching me on this stream, but here I have another one. And by the way, I live in South Africa. Oh, really? Did you notice that I have a South African accent at all? I lived in South Africa for 28 years, actually. I know I'm giving away my age. How's good old Ramaphosa doing? I actually have I have family and friends still in South Africa. Aren't you 45? You shut your face, Marius. Don't you talk to me like that. Respect you elders, Marius. Yes, Marius, I'm 45 years old. What does that make you? 45 as well, because we're the same age. We're just 1 month different. Wait, is it 1 month different? Did I forget to wish you happy birthday again? Hold on. Did I? Did I? Did I? Did I forget? Where's my calendar? Because your birthday is it in September or October? Did I completely forget your birthday? Where is it? Where's my goddamn calendar gone? (16th September). God damn it, I missed your birthday. Happy belated birthday, Marius. I'm adding it back to my calendar. I don't know why it's not there. It's the same as my sister. How did I forget? Did you have a good day? Lol. I'm adding it now. Yes, on that calendar. Wait, no, I want it on birthdays. I am technically free unless Marius decides to invite me out. And where are the other options? Oh, that's the one I'm looking for. And then add a notification because I'm an idiot. Save. It was glorious. What did you do? And I knew it was the month after my birthday, and yet I still didn't remember. To be fair, I still thought we were in June, so there's that to consider. That was so loud. It was a Tuesday. I was at work on a Tuesday. This is unnecessary, but I want to do it. He's doing well. That's good to hear. You're technically 11. You actually wouldn't be old enough to make a Twitch account, fair enough. So what are you planning on? Are you planning on studying something when you finish high school? I can't even remember. Wait, 11. Are you still in juniors? That's junior school, isn't it? I can't remember. It's been a while since I was there. Sukilos, hello. How are you doing? I've been playing this Pokemon game called Legend. After playing it for 30 hours, I actually deleted my Unreal Engine and restarted with a better plan. Lol. That's one way of doing it. Now that I know how to do stuff and better. That's the age-old problem with programming. Because you continuously learn better ways of doing it. When you come back like 6 months later, it's like, you just know a so much better way of doing things. Also, my asymmetric horror game is 3D, so it will take like 4 years for a reason. But it's blocky like Roadblock style. Nice. It's, I suppose, at your age, also to think that you're going to be doing something for the next 4 years seems like a long time. I'm sitting here with a cat on my lap sipping coffee. That sounds like a fantastic day. Does your cat sit on your lap often, or is it only when it's a bit sort of cooler outside? Because I noticed that, like, Bubbles was home on Friday and it was a bit cold. And the cat and Bubbles had a blanket on her lap, and the cat spent 2 hours just sleeping on her lap. Just her mood, fair. My cat has chosen violence this last week. What I've discovered is, so cats don't apparently like to have water next to their food, and I have a water bowl next to her food, and she'll sometimes drink it, but what she actually prefers, what only occurred to me recently this year, was if I put a glass of water next to my bed, the cat would be like, "Oh, thank you for bringing me this glass of water," and would always drink it. So I'd always have to have a bottle of water. And then one day I was like, what happens if I just put like water out for her next to my bed? And she'll get up throughout the night and just go and drink that. And I'm like, huh, fascinating. The only issue is she'll walk there, she'll drink the water, and she'll be fine. And then she'll decide to choose violence and knock half the stuff off my bedside table at like 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, why do you do this to me? Right now she's sitting up facing me. And now randomly get nuzzles from her. Oh, cute. Cats have different personalities. The breed doesn't seem matter, it seems. I have over 70 cats and 3 of them like to sit on my lap religiously. That's a lot of cats. My cat does this thing where when she wants attention, she will jump up onto my desk and then tell me that she wants food. If I ignore her for long enough, she will... Actually, sometimes she wants food. Lately, she's... Like the other day, she'll... Especially at night, she'll jump up onto my desk, lie down in front of me, and just decide, this is where I'm now going to sleep. And I'm like, what? Why? It works out fine when she sits... Because I sit with my hands like this on the table. So if she sits between the 2 hands, then it doesn't really affect me. But sometimes she'll sleep like on the one hand and get really offended if I move it. Roboware can be a success if I market it. Yes, that's a big thing. It's a big thing a lot of game developers just don't do. It's I'm terrified to do marketing because I'm bad at it. So handle wave will go do this. That, and then get, nope, not that. It'll do a get, it'll do a reference, not the spawn count, the wave index, that, then it will call this. I don't know why I keep pressing that. Because it doesn't keep dragging. So get data table row. This. I'm getting help from someone in the UE Discord, and it was so funny. The guy had a strong accent, and my audio crackled when I shared my screen. So I kept saying, what? What was the issue we're having? Did you get it sorted? Also, which UE Discord? Is it like the one that I'm a part of? This one? Let's see what people need help with today. That's the one you're in? Oh, okay, nice. I don't come on too often. more than I should. People keep pinging me and then I get annoyed. But I sometimes come on and try and help people. I think, hold on, let's go to here and then I can see what my rank is. Go to the counting game. Moving on to 8, 4 plus 4. Okay, so the game is broken. Oh, I got ranked up. Nice. So he's giving me instructions. On the point he says, you don't use Unreal very often, do you? I'm not used to getting direction on here, and I don't always know where things are. That's fair. What kind of work are you doing? Unknown Paradox. I am doing a Unreal Engine game in using blueprints in C++. Apparently that's bugged. So basically I will be a game you can open and run and keep open, but it's just like a widget. Unreal can open PC links and shortcuts. Yeah, it can. I've done that before where it's open like command prompt. You can actually have a browser source in Unreal Engine, so you can have a browser to open local files. So you can actually store stuff as like a web page and then render that web page inside the web browser inside Unreal Engine. By the way, Sally, if you want to see some really easy examples of object pooling, you can check my enemy manager. I will have a look at that a bit later, actually. I was going to dive through that, but I didn't want to do it on stream. In case I found any bugs in it that I don't want to point out in front of everyone. That's definitely the reason why I'm avoiding doing it on stream, Marius. No other reasons at all, I promise. Bum, bum. There are no bugs. Yet. I was about to say, I know Boomer's working on bugs, so you're talking the lies. But there were just a couple nodes and needed to be connected to get the camera spawning and have the viewport use it. Nice. That's pretty cool. I actually don't know too much about how to do all of that. Boomer's here. Boomer's lurking. I just learned last night, so I'm going to replace Windows home screen, like the start button and task button, into a widget that's animated. Oh, that sounds like it's going to be a pain to do. Handle group that. And then we go like this. So let me get this straight, Unreal. You won't... Oh, I know what you want me to do. You want me to go and type enemy spawn group like this, so that it has a type assigned like this, and then connect that there. Is that what you want? Wait, why does that not work? This is so awkward. These are supposed to be the same. Oh, because that is that. Oh, okay, I get it. Never mind. Don't worry, don't worry. I get this. I get this. So then we're gonna yoink this, put this here, and put this here. Go like that, then go like that. Put this there. This goes there. We compile. Now Unreal's happy with us. This goes over there. This goes over there. This goes over there. And then actually there's a for loop. Da, 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 da. Or loop. Get him! Hello! How was the Rabbit Game Jam? Stevie, hello. Boomer's back. Boomer's back. The hardest part about getting textures onto material. I probably did half the assets job. The seam object casting. Well, you got it in the end, didn't you? Temtech! No stealing my code. How dare. Here, have nothing. You will never deduce what I am doing from this now, will you? Let's give you a shout out. How was your stream? Was it good? Was it good? Have nothing. How are you today, Stevie? That doesn't go over there. That goes over there. And this goes over there. I can connect nodes. I'm a professional. I have no idea if this will work. I am lovely, thanks for asking, Tyler. How are you? I'm pretty good. It's a Sunday. I have a very busy week up ahead. Well, actually, I have a very busy Monday, and the rest of the week should be fine. But I think it'll be a good week. At least that's what I'm going to say, and even if it isn't. This was good. Got so many systems working. Jam streaming. That's good to hear. Will you be done and ready for tomorrow, or is it all ready and working? I saw you working on the AI stuff. And it's just one of the comments you mentioned about AI is everything is very much all over the place. Yes, it is. It's a mess. That's done there. It's like my Google tabs. There's a million of them. Actually, I don't even have that many today. I ended up closing them. My issue is then when you have so many tabs open, you start losing what symbol is up at the top of your screen. For each tab, and like, okay, now we need to start splitting them. But what I usually end up doing is, like, right now I've got multiple tabs open on multiple groups through multiple different ones. You have to go through so many little things. Grouping tabs would be nice in Real Engine. Before Y up, I agree. That Y up is coming soon. I mean, it's partly in 5.6. I think it like officially rolls out in 5.7, doesn't it? Which is in pre-release now. I'm still on 5.4, so you know what? Never mind. I'll probably switch when we switch at work. So sometime next year. So when work, my work stream switches to 5.7, and the Y up changes, then I'll change it. I'm kind of keen not to switch to 5.6 at the moment because I've seen multiple people now report that there is a sort of a memory leak with the editor, so I'm actively just avoiding it. Silo, are you a game dev at your day job as well? Technically, yes. Well, I work on Real Engine in my day job, working on a part of a type of thing. That's neat. It is. It's super exciting. It's I suppose, Stevie, from like the coding side is kind of I can cheat because I do it for my day job as well. But I mostly do C++ for the day job, so when I get to use blueprints, I actually get quite excited because it's like, look at it. It's so pretty. It's so clean. Like, this just needs to move up a bit. Like, that needs to go there. That needs to go, like, there. Maybe more, there. Yeah. Yeah. There we go. There we go. It's nice to have a lot of different exposure to, exposure to the work of making a game. Yes, very much so. One thing I think people don't realize is how long it takes to do stuff and how much work there is in doing stuff. Like in the project that I work on, just the number of different teams there are to make what we make is just, there's a lot. There's so much stuff. There's a ton of surfacing on 5.6 assembly. Also mentioned an interesting one today as well. 5.3 is being good to me. I'm just going to sit on that, I think. That's fair. I mean, if the engine's working for you, the engine's working for you. There was some features in 5.6 that I wanted, but I don't need. So there's no need for me to upgrade than to keep up with the latest version. It's also nice to work with other people in a professional environment. I miss that a lot. Yes, the collab is nice. In the office that I work on, no one else in the office actually works on it because we have multiple offices in different places. So I'm the only one in that office that currently works on that product. If you're interested in finding out more about it, I can let you know off stream. I can send you a Discord message with all the information if you want to know about it. No. Okay, there we go. I realized that I chose a bad color because the enum is the same color as the background. Me showing a blurry game clip of COD Black Ops 7 is crazy. Then showing an unblurred clip of Bio Savage. Bye, Ethan. Keep well. Sure, I'd love to know more about your professional awesomeness. Ah, you're too kind. I will send you a message a bit later and I'll tell you about it. When are you streaming tomorrow, Stevie? I think you are. Or you're sometime this week. You can tell. He can tell you, but he has to kill you later. How dare you, Marius? I'll be on tomorrow. Yay! Exciting. Actually, I say that and I might end up missing it because if you start an early stream, I'll miss it. If you do a late start, because it was like 1 PM last time for me. Actually, I'll see if I even do it because I have a meeting tomorrow around that time, but it's one of those vague meetings where it's set between like 10:45 and like 4 in the afternoon. It's like at some point during that time, there is a meeting. Marius, you can't tell people that. You can't just warn them. Wave spawning. Now, the only thing I haven't done is... meetings are always so stupid. Yeah. Add a note here, because I think this is where I'm going to do it. Okay, apparently don't put two things in like that. Increase wave count. Count. Spawn next wave. People at work spend large parts of their day in meetings and they still don't know what's going on half the time. There's one of the new guys that started recently and his entire calendar is filled with meetings throughout the day. The problem is he doesn't get enough time then to look at like specific stuff because it's always you're having discussion. You go from having a discussion about this one thing to this next thing the whole day and that's it. Or they change their mind from what they were discussing in the meeting. Yeah, that also happens. Stay safe. How dare you, Marius? Marius, what time does the Rabbit Jam finish tomorrow? Mostly so I can find out what time all the games will be playable. I think Tamtic is still working on his game at the moment. Finished on Tuesday morning. Okay. So you got the whole of tomorrow still. Any last things? 9 to 10 AM. Okay. I wonder, gonna take a day off work tomorrow to bring it over the line. I guess now that you work for yourself, you're able to do that. I need a holiday. I think I'm gonna be on holiday in 2 weeks' time. Sada, what time is it for you right now? Right now, it is 3:47 in the afternoon. I am at currently at +1 GMT, I believe. Or was it +2? I believe, no, it's +1 because we're in British summertime. I have a good boss, but sometimes he's a dick. You're your own boss, Marius. What are you talking about? But after several internal meetings, I usually get my way. Okay, so then what we can do, we build the pool, we do event tick, we handle that. I think technically we can go, actually that. Oh, you never actually, I forgot to do a piece.
This is the future.
I don't want to do that here. I want to do that. Yeah, let's try to do that here and see if this works.
Evolution.
Then what we can do here is actually call spawn wave.
Is the future.
Apparently don't spawn the wave because I didn't set that up. Build pool. Handle wave. Okay, I called it handle wave. Right. Handle the wave then. Handle wave. Save. So the piece that I now forgot to do, you are not correctly aligned, you are not aligned, and you are not aligned, is, that's fine here. So what I need to do is, after you've actually requested the enemy, welcome back Ethan. How was I doing this? So we do that. Did I actually add this to an array? So we set it active and then we set the enemy state. So I guess all we need to do is set, is call that.
This is the future. Human error. Evolution. This is the future.
I could put these into their own function, and I should do that, and I will do that, but after I've confirmed that this actually works. That's not the one I wanted, that's the one I wanted. That can go in there, that can go in there. Let's make some space. Those can go there, those can go there, and then select you, then you, press Q. You, select you, then you. Nope, that doesn't work. So you have to do it one at a time. How dare you? How do I upload it to Git? Do you have GitHub Desktop? Marius, you forgot to set up the thing. The thing, Marius, you forgot to set the thing up. Oh, to be fair, this actually shouldn't be put there. Never mind, Marius, my bad. Not your fault. My fault. So boom, like Marius said, you get the you get the GitHub Desktop app. You download the repository. So after you've installed the app, if Marius has given you the permissions, which I'm going to assume he has, let me just find it. I'm calling my asymmetrical horror game level die for your cause. Nice. That sounds good. Let me just sort out the repository and then I can show boom. Boom. After you have downloaded GitHub Desktop, and logged in and done any of the other stuff you need to do, if you right click the code, so you go to the repository and you'll see this. Then you click the code thing and then click open with GitHub Desktop. And then I will open it directly here, clone it. Aris has pushed an update. And then if you need help from there, let me know. I can show you live. I have no idea if any of this is going to work, so let's just see what happens. Start. It didn't work. Oh, no, it actually technically did work, but it also didn't. I cloned it. Let me transfer my files. Wait, did you do it using GitHub Desktop, Boom, or did you just clone it as and downloaded it? Let me try something. What you could do, Boom, is just go onto the I downloaded nothing. Hold on. Go to go to the website that Maris gave you for GitHub. Then if you go into Blender models, you can click add files and then just click upload. Paste the files there and then just give a nice message here. And then that will commit it to the Blender models folder, because I assume it's going in the Blender's models folder. I don't know where you want it. What's the difference between class and structures? Can you explain them? Like I'm 5. Probably not, but I'll give it a go. They are quite similar. Hold on, let me just find something. Not structure, and the materials. What do you mean the materials? What you could do, Boom, is make a folder and then put the materials, and I don't know how Maris wants it, but if you want to just put the materials, let's say it's insect A, you have like insect A, so you go in the Blender folder, you go insect A, and then you put, preferably just through GitHub Desktop Program, Unreal Assets Materials. You could do it directly through here, Maris, then don't have to upload, then you don't have to do the... I have to download it, but you can do it either way. Asset Materials. I don't know where Maris wants everything. Dinner time, AFK for a bit. Just make a folder called Boom and put everything in there. Just put everything in there. So what do you mean when you say not a structured struct, but a class and a struct? You asked the question where you said, what is the difference between a class and a structure? And then the next one, you said a not structure, struct. A struct is a structure. Imagine two boxes. One box is just open, and whatever you put in it can be used like a struct. The second box has a little box in it that you can only use what's inside the box. That's a class. That's a good way of looking at it. You mean difference between class and struct? What is a good analogy? What about like this? You have a class, you just read one. Imagine two boxes. One is just open, whatever you put in, anyone can use. That's a struct. The second is a little box in it that can only be used from inside the box. That's a class. But you could also say that a class is more something that you would, let's say the class is something you give to someone, like a box of toys, if that they can then add to said toys, where you give them a key, but then they can add toys to that box. Whereas a struct is like a shopping basket. It just has the stuff that it has inside, and that's it. But the only real difference between the two is that the class have private members methods. I think you can have that. You see, the issue is the line gets clouded because you can do the same thing. Can you? You can do the same thing in C++. And you can have a private member function. Or can you not? There you go. Well, then there's no difference. Yeah, there's very little difference, but I use a class, I use structs as a data object. Maybe that's the best way to explain it. I use a struct as a data thing to hold a bunch of, just here's some data that I want. And I use a class to then do stuff with said data. But you could put some of the manipulation of their data inside the struct as well to make it easier. So you can have helper functions inside of it. I did not want to do that. Game Dev 777 tower defense. Yes, it is tower defense. It is tower defense with enemies that spawn where they should not spawn. Hence why these enemies are up over there. It's all planned, don't worry about it. Also, they spawn in the wrong height, so that's a bit awkward. So if I press this, I press this, and then I press this, and then we press F. Okay, they are in the wrong place. So back to the enemy manager. If we go to this, why is minus 700 in the sky, not below the map? It's all part of the plan, side-eye. It is all part of the plan. I have questions, Unreal. I have many questions because minus 700 was not what we... Okay, apparently 700 and minus 700 are the same thing in Unreal Engine. Well, the why? That makes no sense. It doesn't matter, they're invisible. Whatever. Dill leap, does that help at all? Income setting, live or die for your cause. What do you mean? Are you just throwing together like the design for it now? So what we forgot to do was, well, actually, let's see. So we have some code which exists on tick, which is this. The enemy base, which is this, should be, actually, let's do this. We'll press F9. We'll press play. I'm concepting the killer Italian guy, so he has a pizza cutter and a claw as an ability. Oh, that's pretty cool. So that doesn't exist yet. That doesn't exist yet. You know why this is not working? Wait, is this request enemy? What does request enemy do? I'm confused because I should be using pre-spawn enemy, not request enemy for that other one. Where is it? Oh, that is correct. So that is pre-spawn. So then why is request enemy, which is this one, which returns an enemy, that should go into here, set it, enemy set is active as true, so we don't actually need this. And then set walk state. Do we need to set the state to walking? Jaggy! Hello everyone, how are you doing? Another Unreal Engine developer, nice. Let's do this. Actually no, let's not do that. Let's do this. Take this. And collapse that into a function. Set enemy to start. Wait, this is wrong. Oh, my bad. That's actually fine. I just didn't realize what I was doing. Collapse into function, set enemy. I'm setting survival, so May, she can heal and has less health and speed. This is not like Dead by Daylight where you can kill the killer. This is time you can where you can't kill the killer, you mean? Yeah, where you can't kill the killer. This one you can actually kill the killer. Oh, cool. I need to change this background because I can't actually see what this thing's doing. Let's try. Yeah, dark blue, there we go. Fine, I've deleted a piece of this that I shouldn't have deleted. Because I feel like it's a bit unfair you can't kill the killer in those games. I think part of the reason for that is because otherwise you would be able to just... 4 people would gang up, kill the killer, and then they would just win. So it changes the underlying reason for the game. Because if they can't kill the killer, then they have to actually do the objectives. But if they can kill the killer, then they're more inclined to want to kill the killer than actually do the objectives. Inside of here, we actually need to set... If the killer has a lot of health, so jumping won't work. Right, fair enough. Max wave. Where is... Let me think. What would we expect to do after this? Well, the enemy should be added to the... There's like an array item. Is it an array item? Let me think. So, we request an enemy, we set it to active. We set the walking state to walking, which handles everything on the enemy side for us. Then from here, we actually need to move the enemy to where it needs to be. Like 10,000 health. That's a lot of health. The issue that I have with this, and what I don't like, is I would have thought when the pool data in use, and we have the available enemy, that would then add, see, it gets added to the in-use pool. Can we not directly here add it to the enemy manager pool? Like that would, so that I don't have to do it like twice, basically. Which I feel like we should be able to do. So if I go back to here, we've got a property base enemy, fine. Which is this, which is of type what? Enemy base. See, this function, this, because I can just go like this. And then just add him here, do that. And then in theory, what will happen is this will, I need to teleport it to the start. Yes, I do. I guess this will be the approach. I don't like it, to be completely honest with you. But we'll maybe move this to C++. Actually make a note. Move base enemy. Then what we want to do is take the enemy, set actor location, and its location will be initial pool size, spawn pool, no, not you. Where's the spline? I have to have the spline, right? Spawn count enemy, spawn, has run. Pool spawn location, no. How do I not have the spline? Like, what? Maybe in components category. It's here, but I wonder if that's been made into a local variable. Oh, it was because it copied it over. So let's go promote to variable. Oh no, it was there. I had so many elements that I didn't see the... Oh, you're right. It actually was in the components. Lol. I just needed to scroll up. Okay, so we're at that point where we have too many to actually show. Fair. How are you today, Ben? Get location at distance along spline world. That that should in theory just work. Okay, so all our actors are spawned. Start. There's one. There's two. And I don't remember what was in the original wave. There's another two. So we're doing AB, AB, and now we're going to do AB again. I have no idea. Akuma, thank you very much for the follow. How are you doing today? Good morning. I was asleep when Jed dropped me off in the raid. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you too. Good morning. How are you doing? So it is spawning two enemies of two different types, which is good, but the only issue now, why is that guy got so much? Oh, the delay is not working. So it's spawning the entire stack instantaneously on one on top of one another. That's so trippy. I want to do that again. So I forgot to add a delay, which is why it's doing that. Doing well. I'm heading back off. Wanted to make sure I see your stream in the future. Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Will be much better once I have coffee. Hope you and your chatters are good. They do seem to be quite good today. I haven't had any coffee. No, I have had one cup of coffee. I want more coffee. So this is so funny that when I press start, it's going to... This is a stack of 5 enemies on top of one another. Not quite what I had envisioned. Fantasy. Thank you very much for the follow. Maybe Bubbles wants to. Did you think of that? Bubbles might be asleep right now. Whoa. Hey, we hit the goal. Nice. That is super exciting. What is that? 600 now. Is it ready? Is it ready? Have a great day, cheers. And the coffee is how we know there is a god of some kind, and that he, she, it loves us and wants us to be happy. I like that. That's pretty cool. I'm here. What's up? Hello again. How you doing? Did you survive the leopard from yesterday? Exhaustion from dealing with you all day, this poor woman. You're so kind, Sikiros. You always come in here and just share all your kind words. Nice, congrats. I hadn't realized it was gonna hit that. Yeah, that is wild. That is too many. That number is too much. That is like that is a lot of people. Haven't had some actually. I had some actually nice things to say, but it's more fun to poke fun. That's fair. That's fair. I have a bug in my code. There is nothing new. I'm guessing it's here. See, I have too many loops. That's the problem. So let's see. We go and... Can you show me the for each macro delay? Sure. So it just takes in an input with a delay like that, and then just executes the basic normal node. And then the only thing that's different is there's a delay at the end. So if you want to make it yourself, that's what you need to do. Because the normal one is... Or each. Yeah, so here's the normal one. So all I did was, it's just a matter of add an input to that one, add a delay, and where it returns at the assign, you just add the delay there. Your friend did not survive. Fair enough. I just wanted to get sure that there's no delay on the body. Ah, right, okay. So really, like looking at the UE dev, you know, the blueprints that they've built in here, they're almost like a pain to look at just because they're always such a mess. It's like, why not just make them nice and neat? And I don't want to go and edit them because, well, you really shouldn't. That being said, every time I change engine version, it would not stick, so that's why I don't do that. What is this code? That's the enemy spawn. That we don't need anymore. I know where the issue is. Well, I've got a good idea of where the issue is. It's just about sitting there and thinking through the process of the logic that I want to do. Because here we've got the way. So this handles each wave, which looks like, where is the, it's not that one. I have so many Chrome tabs open all over the place. I'm just gonna do it the easy way and just press game down, and then there we go, it was on the screen this whole time. Because there's this, which is an individual enemy, and then there's a spawn group. And the spawn group should go spawn A, spawn B, spawn C, with a set delay between that. So I'm guessing what's currently happening is it's going this type, spawn all of them, which means actually the error is here. Because this goes enemy spawn group, spawn in groups. So here there's an error, there's a bug, because what it's doing is instead of going spawn, pause, spawn, pause, spawn, pause, and then either repeating the whole group, what it's doing is it's going, I need to spawn 5 of these, so spawn all, go, then move on to the next time, spawn all, go. So it actually wasn't where I thought it was. Funny. The only regular ability can work on killer, so damage abilities can do damage, and ultimate abilities can do damage. I'll be interesting to see when you finish making that, what it comes out as. So there's a bug here, let's see. So my guess is this for loop will execute this incorrectly. Let's actually, one way I can test this is if we take this one, which is this way, let's turn that off, because what are we expecting? We're expecting to get 5 enemy A, 5 enemy B. So now what we should see is 5 enemy A's come out and then 5 enemy B's come out, because we're not spawning groups, spawning the whole thing. So let's see if that works. There will be a playtest in July 2027. Nice. I'm looking forward to it. 1, 2. I am so sure this is wrong. Where is your... Yeah, they're all on top of one another again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's also a bug in my indexing, because that's 6, not 5. So I need a 1 minus. Okay, so let's step through this. F9. Play. Start. There we go. Right. So we have a 1 second delay. Well, actually, I have no idea how long the delay is. The delay is no data. Love that. It's just so good. We step onto the next one. I hate coming into here. Make sure you invite some viewers too. I will do so. The delays aren't working. So we come into here. We have a delay of some unknown amount because blueprints be good. Then we spawn. What is the point of blueprint debugging if you just get zero data the whole time? Enemy A, which is what we want. So that'll do all of that, which is correct. Then we do the assignment, we come out of the assignment, and then we should do the next one. And we do the next one. Oh. Right. This. This is not going to work like this. So what this is doing is it's going through the number that it needs to do, and it's calling the set enemy that number of times. And the delay is only between the loop for it. It doesn't work, but it looks nice when it breaks. It does. Back, welcome back. Back front, exactly. Actually, I think 2 years of development for die or live. Or your cause is fine. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. I will be right back. return. The cat needed some treats. Okay, so we know why it's broken. Now we need to fix it. Wondering where the delay should be, because there's spawn, enemy spawn group. I feel like this delay should be here. Let's try that. This delay goes there, right? Then we run one of these bad boys. No, that won't work because that needs to be a for loop. Unless we do a for loop with a delay. Assign condition branch. Could do one. Let's go into this. Copy that. Go into this. I already have one. Lol. Or loop with delay. Did you give her tuna? No, I gave her little treat snack things. She had tuna earlier today. She had tuna and salmon. Or loop delay. That's what I want. Hey, hello, how are you doing? Then this can go here. That's the loop body. This can go there. And that can go there. And delete that. And see if that works now. Start. Let's just go and yellow it. 1, 1, 2. Still spawning the entire stack. So the delay is not working. What does these dragon release things do? Which dragon release things? What are you talking about? This menu here. These are called blueprint nodes in Unreal Engine. They are useful visual scripting. Yeah, these are visual scriptings. It's a type of visual scripting in Unreal Engine. It's like writing code with little nodes. So for example, let's look at something a bit simpler. Here we have when this event is called, we do that, then we run a function, then we run technically another function, another function, another function, another function, another function. So it's a collection of functions that look like that. Yeah, instead of writing, your standard like C++ code like this, it would just be function, and then when that function is done, we just do, a bunch more. So 2, 3, and 4. That. I'm introducing blocking code, and the blocking code's not doing what I expect it to do. Yeah, there's a little bit of this in this file now. What are the odds there's no delay set? It's 1 and 1. The pre-group delay should actually be 2 seconds. Because what we're expecting to see is something like this. Ucode C, if I remember. So that is C++, but yeah. Close enough. Because what we're expecting to see is this one. That's 1 second. So that. And then, so if that's 1 second, we'll call that 2 seconds. So that's what we're expecting to see. Enemy 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, then a bit of a gap, then 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. It's the opposite time.
Stop.
So I'm releasing the trailer for Robo Wave in 2 weeks. That's when I showed the blur COD footage and unblurred Robo footage. Okay, cool. Are you excited for the release? Let's see if I can do this. So let's say
Stop.
this executes, goes back to that. Control C. Then yellow, or whatever that is. This executes and goes to there. And then last but not least, this executes and actually spawns it. Because I'm trying to see what the actual timings for all this look like. Compile, save. So if I press play, it does that. And then if I press start, do I need long on all of them? I am, but I'm also nervous. Fair enough. Quite exciting. Let's press start. So, looking at the delta seconds for that. Now, remembering that Unreal Engine is top down for debug, so we see this at 2489, then immediately this at 2489, and then immediately, oh, I didn't give them different colors. I'm guessing it's this one. Actually, let's change the color, because this is going to be a pain otherwise. I'll save, press play, start. Go. Let's see what that looks like now. I think, unless they've changed something and I didn't know about it, that delay system does not work how I expected it to. Cenebrion, hello, thank you for the hydrate, the posture check, and the stretch. No stretch, no stretch, there's the stretch. What's going on, sire? Nothing. My delay doesn't work the way I expect my delay to work. Nothing new. Oh. God damn. So let's see, Delta Seconds says that this goes Oh, I know why. This executes, then this executes, then this executes, then this executes, then this is being executed, then that's being executed. There's a set of additional timings that are not doing what I expect. Okay, that actually makes weird sense. I'm trying to have a delay and then have something else execute and then execute. Tanith has come to say hello. I love how I'm stroking her tail and it keeps going invisible. Look at that. Did you enjoy your snack? Was it good? Was it a good snack? She loves pressing her face, scratching her face against my arm. Why not use a delegate and a callback function or something? I might need to do that because I need to have a delay system. I think you should queue the waves and have some wave complete callback to start the next wave. That is actually the queuing system will. It's actually how I used to do it, is use a queuing system. But that might be a way of doing it where I always have a set of not states. States is the wrong word. But basically have like a delegate system where we create a queue of what we want with the delay. We execute that because these work on their own, which is fine, but looping a delay into another one and expecting, because it's not, what I forgot is this doesn't compound. So this doesn't block this one from running. This runs and will execute the node over and over and over again with the delay, which is basically spawning a bunch of these to work, which is then calling this, which is why it doesn't work like I expect it to work. I hope you're aware that calling the same event 2 times will hold the parameter for execution in a blueprint. But yeah, something like that. Hello, little girl. I can't get my hand onto the keyboards because there's a cat blocking me. I'm being cat blocked. Okay, well, that solves that. So then, how can I break this up in a better way? That's going to be the trick. I think from here is we start from this. What we'll do is, whoa, that was trippy. So from here, basically what we would do is we would go yeah, that'll work. You do like standing right in front of me. Eh? I'm back. Lost my internet. Oh no! I'm glad your internet is back. I have a cat now. Is this to keep the enemy spaced evenly? Yes, yes it is. Exactly, Sikilos. That is exactly what I'm doing. I am doing this. So if the gap between the enemies is 1 second in time, just because better analogy, it will spawn 5 of the same enemies with a gap of 1 second, then have a 2-second gap, and then have another 5 enemies of a different type. But that's just on this very specific array. It clearly looks like mine. I named Sebastian. This one is called Tantan or Tanith. She's getting head rubs, so she's so happy. I'm glad she's come to say hello when she doesn't just want food, or maybe she wants more food. I gave her food and now she wants even more food. Bomb, bomb. Why not create a null creature that can be spawned in when you want gaps. But because Unreal Engine's tick system would be able to spawn thousands of entities in that time. Because if you look at, like, if I show you how it currently works, Sukilos, and I go, and I change this to this, I press play, I press start. That, how it currently is 5 enemies stacked on top of each one another. So that wouldn't work because it wouldn't create enough of a delay, which is why we have to use delays. So there's 5 enemies. There's actually 6 enemies all stacked on top of one another. And the same for this stack. So I basically just need to use a spawn the enemy with a delay. When that finishes, it does a callback that says this is done. Go on to the next one and continue like that. So what we can do is we can have spawn group index. I'm going to move this to code the second I can. Why not do it like I did in the Tower Defense challenge from last year? Because I do not remember how you did that. It uses a collision check. Because then I can't have spacings between my groups. Because yours would work fine for this, but if I want to have a noticeable gap between an enemy group stack, I can't do that. Do a collision check and a timer. Why not just use a timer though? Because if I just set the timer to 1 second, the gaps between the enemy's walk speed and the size of the enemies is more than enough for them to spawn. Because I used to be using a gap when I had it working, and it was like plenty of spacing. Because if you spawn a huge group of enemies in behind a common little enemy, they will overlap without a collision check. Only if my spawn time is less than 1 second, and I'm using that as sort of my default spawn time at the moment. You can make the spawn out of spawning an event and run a random timer. No, but I don't want random time. I want very specific timings. I've already defined all the timings. So you'll see I have spawn interval, that's 1 second between each enemy, and then spawn group interval is 2 seconds. It'll work. I just need to get because I'm trying to use timers with additional timers, the way it's being executed isn't blocking the previous one and holding the timer, so it's not stacking, which is fine. I can just use a callback then to call the next wave or the next piece. Whenever I see a delay inside a loop, I'm cautious. The problem is this works, so this works fine. Like that is fine. But to have a additional one behind it, that doesn't work. Because this creates a spawned off instance that then runs at this interval. And this won't keep that delay. If that makes any kind of sense. Which is why you can manually step through an array. Yeah. And you should. When you say manually step through an array, you mean instead of running a for loop, you call get index at some amount, do some work. When that finishes, increment the amount, check if the next index exists. If it does, do that loop again. You looking at using quartz for timing? Yes, you'll have to install one in order to run the game. Just put them in an array, reverse it, pop the last element until it's empty. You can use the delta time or timer to check that. The problem with putting them all into an array is, I mean, I could put this stack group into an array and then execute it. Well, actually not that one, but this one here. Like, I could do that, is I could just push that into a queue and then just execute them, which is actually a similar way to how I was doing it. You could put the whole schedule in the queue and work it off. Horses in the blueprint. Oh, look at that. I think I did that for my TD project. Because here's the old spawner. Which used a whole... It did that, but then it constructed a spawn queue. And this would run when this finished. It actually run. Does this actually work? It did work. So here we constructed the spawn queue. After we constructed the spawn queue, we did the for loop with a delay that then actually did the spawning of the class. Of course, can we use for triggering events at specific times. It's made for audio, but I don't see any reason why it can't be used for triggering spawn events. Why do you have the cable around your face? Is the specification X duration between enemies, Y duration between waves? Or X duration between enemies, Y duration between groups, and Z durations between waves? That one. It's X, Y, Z. Actually, exactly like that, Marius. Yeah, the fuck off with the 4D delay macro. Or specifically, wave is X. Well, let's do this. Z. X. And then Y. Make it purple. Make it purple. It must be purple. Make it purple. Can I ask you to be distracted? What? I swear I did this. What? Please check. You want me to check your project? You assume I still have it? Fine. Epic Games Launcher. You assume that I actually uninstall shit. That's what you really expect, Marius. That's what you really think. I'm pretty sure you used a queue system because I yoinked it out of yours. Why is Fab now a tab? I don't like that. I don't like that at all. What are the odds it's still on my computer? Oh, it's not. Is it not? Challenge? I mean, it's not. Where's GitHub? Did you add it? Did you give it to me? Wait, did someone actually... Officer Boom added bugs. What is it called? Tower. Oh no, it won't be on my computer because I need to go and do it. Fine, I will go to my GitHub and check. Actually, what you said is that you were going to yoink it. I think it's TDC or something. No, it's the long name. Positories. Tower. It's Tower Defense Challenge, right? Let's see, who last committed to this? It's already there. It is generating the project files. No, I do not like that. I do not like that at all. Is it, you see, whenever I click that, it says, all right, I forgot I did this in C++. You see, the problem is every time I've clicked that, it never works. Should have done it in Python. You do realize that the super optimal part of Python is actually written in C++, right? Your mom is written in C++. Yeah, I know. How about them apples? Come at me, bro. Okay, it is compiling shaders. If you're a real pro, you'd use Scratch. Not a fuck. Let's open. Let's see. What did I last have open? Python is just a fancy library writer. True. There's enemies. Wave manager. There we go. Wave started. So you used a handle wave timer. Get level, get that, get the wave. If it's not empty, get the wave. Set time between waves. Okay, okay, never mind. Cut the fancy Python his ass. This is a doodle pad for programming. So we clear that. We set the wave to complete. Can start wave as false. Then we call wave started. Then we get the current wave. We break the wave. We set the delay. We set actor tick enabled. So you disabled tick between that. Then we enable. Oh, it's actually quite clever. Then we set the actor tick. See, I can't do that. Disable actor tick, but it's fine. You can do it in a different way. Spawn timer. So you add them together. Why? You get the spawn timer, you add the spawn timer to the spawn timer, and well, you add the delta seconds and set it to the spawn timer. You check if that value is greater than that. Oh, and then you set it to 0. It tracks time, it adds delta. Fair. Okay, never mind. Then you cast that. You spawn the actor. We add it to that array. We wave unit spawn. Okay, you do waves differently to I do it. Then if it's greater than number to spawn, that means we're finished. We increase the wave index. Fair. Oh, no, aliens have been spawned. Great, next wave. Oh, and then on the death event, you do get the enemy contains. If it does, you remove it. And then spawn enemies empty. It qualifies as the wave being complete. Oh, that's actually a good way of handling wave complete. I don't even know how I'm doing wave complete. I think I'm doing something like that, but I can't tell you where the code is. Can you check the database if I have groups? The database? What? Data table. The wave manager data table? Did you set that somewhere in here? No. Oh yes, you did, because it'll be from this current wave. That's the where is it from? That one. You just did enemy normal 100, then enemy normal 2, and enemy slow 2. So you didn't do groups. Well, it sort of has groups, but you don't have a delay between your groups. Devro, hello. How are you doing? How was your stream? Let's give you a shout out. You got time between waves, start gold, start lives, 8,000. Does this even work anymore? Tower. Stream is good, worked on crime scene and the mechanics for my current project. Nice, that seems really cool. Yep, space does work. Oh, I'm gonna need so many more. Why are these so strong, Marius? He wasn't ready. No, I was not ready. I need so many more towers. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Cold towers. We'll put a cold tower there to slow them. And there. Missed your hat. Now I want to play StarCraft 2 maps. Let's put some fire over here. All the fire over here. I'm glad I've just been given like unlimited monies. What is the size of this range? Look at this. Damn. There's definitely a small bug. I'm not sure if you've noticed, Marius. Once you've upgraded them, the size, the decal doesn't go away. We can get this shippable, Marius. Leave me alone. It can be shippable in a week. Tenerion, thank you for the hydrate and the pasta check and the stretch. And let's start. Aha, I figured it out. We can just delete everything now. A cooldown reduction tower, yes. And just upgrade that to infinity. Between groups, it should be delayed as well. I spawned too many towers, so it's impossible to check now. Got to run. Need to grab some food. You take care of the children. I will do so. Thank you very much, Deborah. I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Feel free to look more into it if you want. I probably will. It's how I got the queue system for, or the idea for the kind of the queue system. Ah, your keys are backwards. E goes left and Q goes right. I can fix this. I can fix this. Look at all the blocks over here. You're just like, here, have all of them. Oh no. Ah. My level. You make good progress, like, considering how long you worked on it. It looks good. I miss having my shortcut keys. It's definitely something I'm going to add to mine. This is a week, I think. It sounds about right. You got like the tower things and you were like done so fast. Also my path generation. The spine, remember, automatic. Oh yeah, here's your spline. That's pretty good for a week. And it was all done, I think, most of it was done on live stream as well, wasn't it? I think you live streamed most of this. Ah, you forgot to put a material on the ball, Marius. Unacceptable. What happens if I put that over there? And then we press start. Oh, I can't restart the level. There is no end condition. Now we just have a random ball. I'm just breaking your game for the sake of breaking it. Why break my game? Because I can. Where is your content for your characters data input? That default input, mappings, rotate, modifiers, negative, none, modifiers, negative, save. Apparently I can't save. There cannot be a null modifier in the input matter. You're a null modifier. You should press the spine. It should show you the build steps. Ah, so much better. This. Oh, spine locations. I like this. On the right. Oh, I see what you mean. So you got straight, start straight, turn right, turn left, and in the actual editor view. There we go. That's so cool. That's actually what I kind of tried to do, but apparently I did it really badly. Try adding to it. I think that's what I wanted to do. Is there a regen button? Select the actor, not the spline. Oh, there you go. Construct path. There you go. I'm going to have a look at that code because I'm just going to yoink all of it because I like it. Because you go new spline locations. This is a much better way of doing it. But then does this create one single long spline, or is it a collection of smaller splines, or does that not actually matter? So if I do this and I go like, oh, it is just one spline. It works on automatic mesh alignment as well. Because my spline system at the moment works, but it's very easily breakable. So when I do come around to having a look at how I'm going to re-implement it, I think I'm going to yoink your idea. Looks like the spline isn't part of the tile. Would be nice if the splines are part of the tile and get merged. You could do that. I mean, you could assign this as a... This has a spline on it, depending on its direction. I think you mentioned doing that at one point, Marius, because this would just have a spline on it. And you would just join it. Then this would have another one. What was the angle you used? Current location add. Path direction. That's what I'm looking for. I like this. This is pretty cool. You see, this is why you come back, Marius. Left, up, right, up. Oh, that actually makes sense. Sorry for the distraction. No, that's helpful. I'm going to have a think about how I can combine that into mine. I think, though, I do need to... What? It's like after 5, so I need to go make some dinner. If you want to have a go and go through the project, it's public on GitHub. It is. I'll put it in chat. There you go. You were doing a 30-day tower challenge, I remember that. Mumbler, thank you very much for the follow. Who shall we raid today? Why is Google complaining about my calendar? Any suggestions anyway? Raid side atomic. Inception! The wildness. Stream 2 starts now. In stream, start new stream. Raid myself. Do Gray Submarine. No one on my list is live besides you. I'm ready. Are you streaming? Stevie, stream! Then I can raid you. Are they doing art? Metal casting woodworking. Johnson is making a horror job. I'm gonna focus, thanks to StreamSci. Very well. Thank you, Marius. Keep well. I'll speak to you soon. Let me know if you need anything. I will do. I don't think I've ever raided Johnson before. Let's do that. Catch you later. Am I following Johnson? I am. Okay, let's do it. We will raid Johnson. We'll take Stevie's suggestion. That's not how you initialize a raid. You don't type raid backwards. The raid has been initialized. Thank you all for stopping by. Thank you to all of you who stayed here at the end. There is your raid message for today. You can use that or use whatever you want. I will be back next weekend, and I hope you all have a fantastic week. Stevie, I'll catch you in your streams later this week. Celebrate! 1 bit for rent. Thank you, Marius, for the bit.
1 bit. For rent.
For rent. Thank you very much for that, Marius. All right, we're going to head off to raid now. I will see you all next weekend. Have a fantastic rest of your week. We'll see you all soon. Thank you, Stevie. 20 rents. Stevie's bought 20 days of rent.
20 bits.
Thank you, Stevie. Okay, bye. Bye, everybody. Bye.